These sentences show how sad Romeo is. First, he talks about himself in a third point of view. His is Romeo, and Paramore is Juliet. This indicates that he wants to believe that this situation is not related to him. Also, the word dark represents the tone of the scene and Romeo's emotion. He does not want to admit his tragedy. The fear that Romeo is feeling is about Juliet's death and the fact that he will never see her again. Therefore, Romeo says he will stay with her and never depart. Never is a strong word, which shows Romeo's confident statement that he will stay here forever. This statement comes from Romeo's guilt. He says again because he left Juliet once. He thinks he should have not left the Juliet alone. Dim night represents the tone of the scene. There is a repetition in this sentence, the word depart. This word is important because it shows that this tragic result is due to Romeo and Juliet who left their family to get love and married. Chambermaids, worms, represents they will clean his body after his death. And worms represent Romeo's punishment to himself of letting Juliet die. This whole sentence is enjambment because it takes more than 3 lines. There is an apostrophe, which means Romeo is talking to someone who is not there. Probably his God, because he tells about he will set up his forever rest, and it foreshadows Romeo's death. Inauspicious star symbolizes Romeo and Juliet because in prologue they are described as star-crossed lovers. Word flash represents that he is tired of fighting and wants to forget everything that he has troubled him. This is also an important enjambment. There is a repetition, last. This shows his last action, and it is about Juliet. So it indicates that he loves her so much. And the whole thing is blank verse. It doesn't rhyme. There is an epithet. You the doors of breath. He's describing lips as the doors of breath. There is another apostrophe there. All these S sounds are consonants, and this sound makes the sentence what Romeo says really sad. It sounds very depressed, and it indicates sadness. A dateless bargain is a metaphor that Romeo chose death for love, and Juliet over his family and friends. And this situation led him to death. This sentence is a couplet. There is a repetition, come. It represents that he is ready to die, to meet death. Pilot represents death, and thou desperate pilot is another epithet. He is telling death to come at once. He cheers to his love. True apothecary means that pharmacist was honest about his poison, which means Romeo is feeling some kind of pain or weird symptoms in his body. Thy drugs are quick represent that he will die soon. But this represents that kiss is his last joy from pain.